Hey, hey. So, if you are a Black woman expert who is excellent at what you do, but still feel invisible in rooms that should know your name, stay tuned because in this video, I am going to show you how one woman sold her way out of slavery, turned her clients into capital, y'all, and built a fashion house so powerful, the first lady of the United States way back then wore her work. And importantly, because I know y'all are entrepreneurs, we're gonna go through how you can use her exact same playbook to raise your rates, get into bigger rooms, and stop being your industry's best kept secret. Look, I told my mastermind clients this 2026 is the year we dominate, and I mean that for all of us. So if you've ever thought my work is premium, but my opportunities aren't, this episode is for you. By the end, you're gonna know how to turn your skill into a signature framework. You're going to know how to turn that signature framework into social capital and then turn that social capital into actual sales. And it may be a signature framework or a signature product. And you want your sales to actually match your expertise and your receipts. So stick until the end and you'll walk away with a simple 3-step framework you can use this week to audit your reputation, activate your relationships, and make your first Keckley move, everybody, because today, we are talking about the one, the only, the magnificent. Drop it in the comments if you know who it is, because we've already talked about her on my LinkedIn in my series, Elizabeth Keckley. So if you want to make your first Keckley move, then you are in the right place. So let's get into it. But let me introduce myself. Welcome to day 3 of Deleted History, 28 Black women millionaires that paved the way for you to live the life you're living now. I'm Ashley Kirkwood, founder of Speak Your Way to Cash. We have done over $11 million in lifetime sales, and we are a 2-time Inc. 5000 company. Every day this month, I'm telling you a story that they left out of the history books and showing you the sales and positioning frameworks that these women used to build their businesses. I firmly believe one of the reasons why we are not as far along as we should be is because we don't know who we are the way we need to know it. And so yesterday, we talked about Biddy Mason turning midwife money into downtown LA real estate. Today's story is about a woman who used a needle, a measuring tape, and her reputation to buy her freedom and then dress the most powerful woman in America at the time. Let's get into the Elizabeth Keckley story. So number 1, from enslaved to a seamstress to elite dressmaker. Her name was Elizabeth Hobbs Keckley. She was born enslaved in 1818, had no legal last name, no property, just a mother who taught her to sew, who she loved. And one of the things that I want you all to know about her story is her evolution really started with her love for her mother, okay? And that love really led her to doing what you're going to hear about her doing now. Now, as a young woman in St. Louis, the family that owned her was drowning in debt. These are her slave owners. Now, how you drowning in debt and you got all this free labor? Like you were, incredible. So drowning in debt, Elizabeth did something absolutely radical for that time. She begged them to let her support the entire household with her sewing instead of sending her elderly mother out into the workforce. Now, let me make this clear. They were slave owners. Elizabeth and her mom were enslaved by this family. They literally made these people go out and work for them. A lot of times when you think of slavery, you think about like owning a plantation and they had these people working in the field. They were taking their most skilled people who were enslaved by them, and they were sending them out into the workforce, having them make boatloads of money and bring it all back. Like that visual was not one that was in my head before diving deep into this history. Like they were not just in the field, they were not just in the house, they were literally out in the world making money for themselves and bringing 100% of those proceeds back to the family. I'm sorry. That irritates me. But anyways, Elizabeth started making dresses for wealthy white women and free Black women in St. Louis. Her fit was perfect. Her draping was flawless. Word spread, and she became the dressmaker women requested by name. This lady was building a personal brand, working in corporate at the time, bringing all the money back to her slave owner. But here's the catch. Every single dollar she earned, y'all, went back to her master. Legally, none of it belonged to her. Is that not making anyone else irritated? Like, could you imagine going to work every day and then giving all your money to your boss? You didn't see a dollar of it? That's crazy. Crazy. Now, after years of holding this household together with her labor, she asked one question to the man who owned her. What would it cost for me to buy freedom for myself and my son? They named a number, $12,000. Now, before y'all think about the $12,000 that we have In today's money, that $12,000 he asked her for back then was roughly $40,000 to $50,000 today. Keep in mind, how are you going to make $40,000 to $50,000 when you can't keep a dollar of your money? Now pause and really think about the math. She's not allowed to keep any of her wages. So how does a woman with no legal income come up with what amounts to tens of thousands of dollars for freedom? And this is where her genius really shows up. She couldn't access a bank, so she turned to the capital she did have, her relationships. The women that she dressed had actually watched her keep their homes running and their image pristine. They trusted her skill, and more importantly, they trusted her character. So those same clients quietly raised and loaned her the $1,200 she needed. She promised to pay them back with her sewing after she was free. Now, keep this in mind. Like, this story is bananas. First off, they did not give her the money. Okay, it wasn't like some story of them feeling so excited and amazed by her that they actually gave her the money. They did not give her anything. They did give her a loan, and she did make good on that loan and pay it back. The fact that she even was so good at her craft in this situation to even ask for that money is incredible. And I just want to put a face to a name, so I'm trying to find a really good picture of her that you can see. It's interesting because I'm shocked they haven't taken this down, but I'm looking at the, here, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm looking at so you all can see this. Okay, can y'all see this? Sorry. All right, so here we go. So here is my image of Elizabeth Keckley. So this is actually the White House Historical Association, and so it tells her story on this website, but this is her picture. Look how fly she was, y'all. Like, look how fly she was. This is a photograph of her taken in 1870. So that's who we're talking about here. This story is amazing. This story is, oh my gosh, like it is such a good story. It is such a good story. So in 1855, Elizabeth bought freedom for herself and her son. Then she spent years repaying every woman who helped her. She didn't just get lucky. She used excellence and integrity over time to convert relationships into resources. How can we do that today? Now, let's get into the business build. From the back room to the power center. Once she was free, Elizabeth could have faded into the background. Instead, she moved to Washington, D.C., right into the center of political power. So first thing you can learn as an entrepreneur is location matters for your business. She opened a dressmaking shop there and positioned herself as the go-to dressmaker for elite women. Now, look at the positioning. Her client list included Verena Davis, wife of Jefferson Davis, Mary Anna let me say this name right, Custis Lee, a wife of Robert E. Lee, and eventually Mary Todd Lincoln, First Lady of the United States. So when you look at what she did, she wasn't just sewing alone at a kitchen table. She then went on to build a full-on dressmaking business. She employed around 20 seamstresses in her 12th Street shop. You guys. She focused on design, fit, and client relationships while her team did a large share of the stitching, which meant she turned her eye and reputation into something that could actually scale. In the middle of a literal civil war, this formerly enslaved woman was dressing the women on both sides. Her brand sat above the politics of the time. That's what expert positioning looks like. So now I want to tell you a little bit about the Keckley method. We could literally be here all day, y'all, because I have so much information to give y'all about her, but I actually have to head out soon, so get your pens and paper because we're about to go fast through this. The Keckley leverage method. This is what I came up with. So when studying this history, not only do I study it, but then I think about what are the frameworks that we could take out of this and use as Black women entrepreneurs today, because as you all know, all year, I'm getting ready for an event called Black Women Sell Live. It is the only event in the world that leverages centuries of history of Black women entrepreneurs, distills it into modern frameworks, and teaches it to you so you can run your business. If you are not coming to Black Women Sell Live, you need to come. But let's get into this framework. So the Keckley leverage method is what I came up with. Let's turn her story into a framework that you can actually use. Now, here's the Keckley leverage method, okay? It has four parts. Let me see if I can show you all this. All right. Oh, let me get a better color here. Four parts to this method. Okay, hopefully you all can see this. So first part, we're gonna put skill over here. Second part, we're going to put standard here. Third part, we're going to put social capital, and you all can use these. Fourth part, we're going to put scale, okay? We're going to put scale. So we got skill, standard, social capital, and scale. Skill, you're going to turn your craft into a signature product, signature event, signature framework. She wasn't just good at sewing. She was actually known for specific aspects of her craft. She was known for her fit. She was known for the drape and the way her dresses made powerful women feel like they belonged in the rooms they walked into. So your first question is, what is the one thing that you do that if you dialed it up to a 10 out of 10 would make you impossible to ignore? Write on a piece of paper, what is my signature? Okay? What is my signature? So here you want to figure out what is your signature. Next, standard. This is critically important. You do not rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your standards. So you want to be great in any state. Elizabeth was excellent when she was enslaved and excellent when she was free. Her performance was never about whether people treated her fairly. It was about who she decided she was. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. Where am I letting a bad client, a bad boss, or a bad environment lower my professional standard? Lower my professional standard. And here's how I want you to think about that. Think about this image. And I'm going to see if I can get this pen to do a little bit better. Your standard is bigger than your situation. This is a huge lesson. Y'all know what that word is. Your standard always has to be bigger than your situation. That could preach a whole sermon, but I don't even got time to go through all of that. But like your standard has to be bigger than your situation. Over and above that, the last thing that we're going to talk about, or the third thing we're going to talk about, is social capital. I want you to treat relationships like currency. Elizabeth had no bank, no line of credit, and no investor. Her investors were the women she served so well that they were willing to fund her freedom and trust her to repay them. So here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Who knows my work so well that they would recommend me without ever thinking twice? Who would loan me $1,200 under the social capital box just based on who you are to them and what you've done to them, right? What you've done for them. Then lastly, we're going to think about scale. Stop being the only one doing the work. Elizabeth hired about 20 seamstresses. She stepped into founder and creative director mode. That's how she dressed an entire political class instead of just one neighborhood. Here's what I want you to ask yourself. What am I doing right now that someone else could do at 70 to 80% so I can step fully into CEO mode? I want you to consider who your next hire should be. And if you are struggling with this because you're like, Ashley, I would hire, but I don't have a big budget and da-da-da-da-da. I'm sorry. Are you making excuses when we just learned about a woman who literally went from enslaved to free and then built $1 million company because her company today would be valued at multiple millions of dollars? We're not doing excuses in 2026. We're just not. We're just not. But keep in mind, you have a global marketplace. Something that we are going to be talking about at Black Women Sell Live is the fact that you can hire globally, how to tap into global business, how to tap into global team members so that in whatever you got going on, there is a country on this planet that you can afford to hire in. Ask me how I know, okay? Now let's go into the fourth one. Here's the practical implication for skill, okay? This is how you're going to turn this into from a cute history lesson into an actual business move this week, okay? And practical implication for scale. One, do I have the team that can work if I'm not there? I recently took a 40-day sabbatical. While I was out, our team brought in $60,000 of new revenue and facilitated another $100,000 in new revenue without me ever working a minute. And they collected on our hundreds of thousands of dollars of recurring revenue all while we were out. And they ensured that January this year, our revenue was up 40% from January last year. And I was traveling the world with my family the entire month. I was not there for a day. And the only reason we can do that is because we scaled the company, meaning we hired, our operations were scalable, we got more clients in, and we did not astronomically increase all of our expenses such that the scale actually took us out. Because I don't know if you all know this, but if you grow too fast and your expenses outpace your revenue, now you just got confusion instead of scale. So you have to be careful about it. So here's what I want you to do. These are your action steps. Number one, audit your reputation. Text 3 to 5 of your best clients and ask them, what's the biggest result I've helped you achieve? Screenshot their answers. And then what you want to do with that is see, like, what is your reputation in the marketplace? Ask ChatGPT if you are seen as one of the best in your field and how they could make the argument for that with or against it. And then see what it actually says. Like, that's really important. Step 2, map out your relationship capital. Make a list of 10 people who have seen your work up close and personal, would gladly recommend you, or have already sent you referrals. This list is more powerful than any cold traffic funnel. Start nurturing that list on purpose. Send Christmas gifts, holiday updates, note their birthdays, and start being systematic about leveraging your network and letting them know that you appreciate them. Step 3, I want you to identify your first or your next hire. Look at your week and ask, what do I do that is necessary but not necessarily CEO work? Editing your own videos, managing your own calendar, doing all your follow-up emails. Pick a role and decide, this is the thing I'm going to get off my plate in the next 30 days. That is your first step from seamstress to shop owner, right? Insert what you do here, right? And then the last thing that I want you all to know is two women in this series so far show us the exact same thing. Biddy Mason turned labor into land. Elizabeth Keckley turned stitches into status and status into skill. The through line is skill is the starting point. Relationship, reputation, and systems are the leverage. So if you are a Black woman expert who is done being the most talented, least paid person in the room, I want you at Black Women Sell Live 2026. Y'all, this event is a total game changer, and it's also a huge passion of mine because I know that it's going to literally change the world. If we realize who we are and what we can do, it's going to change everything. So right now, you guys, we are in the process, the very important process of getting the Black Women Sell Live event launched out into the world. So you can go to blackwomensellavent.com right now and join the wait list. Here's what happens. Every year we get thousands of people on the wait list, and those who get on the wait list are not guaranteed, but they are the most likely to actually get tickets before the event sells out. So if you want to come to this event, get on the wait list. Tell your friends to get on the wait list. Tell your colleagues to get on the wait list. If you're in a sorority, tell them to get on the wait list. Come with your crew. We want 1,000 women in the room who are ready to lend their social and reputational capital to growing their business, helping their community, and helping their fellow sisters. Y'all, transparently, this is the biggest event I've ever hosted. I signed a contract for a room that seats 1,000 women. I've never even signed space for a venue that big, but I saw a vision of thousands of us coming together at this event, learning the skills we need to scale our businesses, hearing from the legendary speakers that are already locked in to speak, and growing in a way that you've never known to grow before. I'm telling you right now, the level of research that we've done for this event, the studying that we've done for this event, the facilitation that we've done, it will be next level. So when you go on here and join the waitlist, you're going to join the waitlist for the actual ticket type that you would like to get. So don't think of it as like, I'm going to join the general waitlist. You're going to actually join the waitlist for the actual ticket that you want, and you can see the availability of the tickets. You can see the price, all of that in advance. So now, once you're on that waitlist, we are going to release tickets to the waitlist in February before we release them to our general email list of over 65,000 women. We're going to release them to the waitlist first and give you a head start. So you have to be on the waitlist if you want to come to this event. Last year, 100% of our events that were in person sold out. This one is going to sell out like none other. It's going to be the hottest event in Atlanta for women. It's just going to be epic. I can tell you that right now. I've been planning it for years. It's our third one. And if you've never been to a Speak Your Way to Cash event, it's our third Black Women Sell Live, but it's probably our 50th in-person event. Our events are next level. Like, let them know. So get on the wait list now. And if you're married, I know you're like, can my husband come? He can, okay? He can. My husband will actually be there. He's going to have a meetup for the guys because so many of our people in our community are married. They bring their husbands. I want everyone to be there. But the event, the whole point of the event is to leverage the history, our history, and teach you sales strategies. Bring those sales strategies into modern day times and teach you how to scale your business today despite all the odds. So I want you all there. I can't wait to host you. It's going to be a blast. I really hope you're enjoying this series. I've put a lot into it, a lot of research, a lot of prep, a lot of time. I'm showing up live every day. I haven't done this since I first started my business, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm so honored to be able to do it. I wish I could put into words how much learning this history has done for me as a woman, as a business owner, as a wife, as a child of God, like just being so cognizant of the blessings that we have today. Excuses are all but like kryptonite to me. Like, I'm allergic to them at this point because I know who I am. I'm telling you, you've been to other conferences, you've done other things. There is none like this in the entire world. There just isn't. So come. I want you to be there. I don't want you to email me afterwards. Ashley, I didn't get on the wait list. All the tickets sold out. I know. I'm warning you now. Like, just get on the wait list. Hundreds of you already have. But we wanna pack this thing out and really just grow these businesses beyond what we ever thought was possible. So the waitlist is open right now at blackwomenselevent.com. Join so you get first access when tickets drop before we sell out again. And if you want to make sure that you are notified when we do these episodes of Deleted History, comment Black so my team can actually send you the link to get on the notification list. But we're only 3 days in? Are we 3 days in, y'all, or 4 days in? I think we're 3 days in. We're just getting started, okay? So it gets better and better every day. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And let me know if you're enjoying this. Please share it. It was a lot of work for me and my team to put it together, and we just want to make sure you all are getting value, as that's always our goal. So until next time, keep the energy high and the excuses low, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.